Happy New Year.
A hunter must hunt.
Thanks to @0earan for my sub gift. I know I've said this before, but it's true. You are an amazing person. Purple heart, folded hands.
A hunter must hunt. hunter must hunt.
Almost 2 years now, can't believe what an incredible journey it has been. Less than 3.
All right. Let's go ahead and just start the VM up. All right. I know I already said it, just a guy. Okay, I haven't even gone. I am not even visible yet, and already this guy is annoying me. I know you can't see me. I'm aware. I know how it works.
A hunter must hunt.
Kind of. Shadow, I will turn this stream around. You don't get to do this when I'm not even live yet. I will legitimate. We'll just do the whole stream like this. We'll just literally the whole stream. Is that what you want, Shadow? Is that what you want? You just want to look at this animation this whole time? I didn't think so. Insomnia EU, shut up. Sit next to your brother and shut up! God damn you people. You people. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back from the holidays. I know you're all back from the holidays already. But this is my first stream. I intended to do a stream on Tuesday, but Comcast had other plans that day. I had to do my pen testing from a goddamn Starbucks on that day, and the internet didn't come up until almost 3 p.m. So almost like right before the stream was gonna start. But I was so far behind on work I had to catch up. Cool hoodie. Hey, thanks, man. I got it as a Christmas gift because people like for the last like 5 years, people like 4 or 5 years ago, people in my family learned that Nightmare Before Christmas was my favorite movie. And so, naturally, my apartment looks like a goddamn Hot Topic now. Because people keep buying me Nightmare Before Christmas merch for Christmas. I have so much Nightmare Before Christmas merch in my apartment. And absolutely none of it I actually bought. Like, literally none of it. I'm not against it. Some of it is really cool and I like it. But there's too much of it now. But I told my family this year, please stop with the Nightmare Before Christmas merch. And my brother didn't get the memo in time, so he got me this, which is a cool hoodie, in fairness. So this is my. I just thought I'd wear it on the day back, on the first day back. Please set up a P.O. box. We will send stuff. I don't need any more Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Like, I don't need... The last thing I need is more Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Wait, there was a question. Arab Programming Bear. Hey, new fan after watching your TryHackMe Advent of Cyber explanation. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you liked them. I put a lot of time and effort into those. Do you recommend...
Hey, new fan here after watching your TryHackMe Advent of Cyber explanation.
Yeah, great, man.
Do you recommend trying out rooms you attempt before or after watching your streams?
Yeah, no, I absolutely recommend before or after what... I mean, it's up to you. I recommend trying them first. Because a little bit of frustration, a little bit of what the hell do I do here, and having to figure it out is kind of where the learning happens. That's where the learning happens. That being said, if you're really frustrated, there's always the walkthrough to consult. But I recommend you use the walkthrough as more of like a momentary hint rather than just following along with the steps. Even so, there is stuff to learn by just following along with the steps. So don't feel bad if you do it that way. Just understand that at some point you're going to want to accept a little bit of struggle. The struggle is really what you need to embrace when it comes to hacking. Love the Easter eggs in the videos. I did drop you one or two, Redacted. I did drop you a few of those. I honestly thought TryHackMe might reject the first one. I thought TryHackMe might reject the first video. After I recorded it, I was like, they're probably gonna reject this. They're probably like, I just went too far with it. Like I was talking about, I didn't say rightly read. I just cut off the read part, and I invented different lore. But obviously that was meant to be a nod.
Is this the wrong stream? I was told that this was John Hammond's stream and that there would be a nice, kind, and accepting hacker here. Can you teach me to be cool like Kevin Mitnick or Jonathan Data?
Oh man, that was a lot of things that you just said there. Thank you for the 100 Tiggle Biddies, Fohammer. This is not John Hammond's stream. He is a friend of mine, though. And I definitely will not be teaching you to be like Kevin Mitnick or Jonathan Data. Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know if I would say those two in the same sentence. They're kind of bad for entirely different and separate reasons. Like, Kevin Mitnick is just kind of a clown who hasn't been relevant in the industry for a long time. But at one point, he was actually relevant in the industry, okay? At one point, Kevin Mitnick was, like, kind of a rock star in the industry. It's just he's kind of coasted on that without doing anything for a long time, and he's just kind of coasted forever. Jonathan Data was never relevant. He's just a clown. He doesn't know anything. He's a poser. He's a clown. He's a cloud chaser. But Kevin Mitnick, at one point, was an actual... relevant part of the cybersecurity community. Kevin Mitnick still always shows up in training video. Of course he does, because people use him for his built-in legitimacy, not because he has anything of reasonable to teach you. He doesn't. He's just used to because he's a name that you would recognize in the space. He's used to give training videos more legitimacy. Yeah, Kevin was he was a legitimate part of the industry, some time ago. He just hasn't been relevant for a long time, and he's just coasting on that. He's also kind of a dick, from what I've heard, but I don't know. I don't care. My God, we've had so many new subs. Everyone's using up their subs. Arab Programming Bear, thanks for the 200 Tiggle Biddies, my dude. And I'm so glad you enjoyed my Advent of Cyber explanations. I put a lot of work into those videos, and I'm so happy to see that so many of you like them. I was very humbled by that. Dark Eldar with the 27 months. Just a guy with the 13. Thank you guys so much. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Thanks so much. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in front of you guys. Redacted, thanks for the 6. Welcome back. Christy, thanks again for the raid. Ghost or Spooky, thanks for the 3 Tiggle Biddies. Thank you so much. The Total Recall Tiggle Biddies, if you will. Zero Kieran with the 15 months. Welcome back, my friend. Maticus Maximus with 21 months, coming up on 2 years, Maticus. So good to have you in the community, my friend, and as on my mod team. And thanks for the 69. Nice. Tiggle Biddies. Mysteries with the 8 months. Arbrins with the 6 months. Welcome back to the both of you. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Any more resubs? We've got Daniel with the 3 months. Joker with the 2. Little Dee with the 19 months. Welcome back. My goodness. What else do we have? The Beast FC with the 3 months. Welcome back to the All Eyes Red Team, my dude. Thanks for supporting the stream. And we missed you? I missed you guys. I really did. You'd think I was on vacation because I wasn't streaming. Let me tell you. The last month was anything but a vacation. Holy fucking crap. Like, Rapid 7 wasted no... Well, they wasted no time in basically throwing me into the deep end. And all of a sudden, I was just on back-to-back-to-back assessments. And I'm still trying to catch up. I'm still behind and trying to catch up. And I don't... Oh, boy. It's spicy. I love being busy, but I've been super busy. Holy cow. Ready to Hunt, thanks for so much for the first time indoctrination. TrustLi with the first time indoctrination as well. Welcome back. Zero Kieran indoctrinating Angel D. Welcome back, Angel D. Thank you so much, Zero Kieran. Ghostface Killa with the first time indoctrination to the cult. Welcome back to the All Eyes Red Team. Virtual Tack bringing us 5 new cult initiates. Carla RVA, Barry Hansen, Daisy Kitty Cat Stay Blazing, and Sec2 John. Welcome to the All Eyes Red Team. Zonifer with the 4 months. How much malding will happen this year? As much as I can squeeze in. As much as I can get in. Any news on your course? You know, I wanted it to be much further along by this point, but again, Rapid 7 has just hammered me. On top of Advent of Cyber, those videos took time. And then there was the holidays. I was just busy I was just doing holiday stuff. And I only just got back the other day, so... the course is coming along. It's still in progress. Next week, I'm definitely going to be hammering it quite a bit because I have a little bit of bench time next week, thankfully. Arab Programming Bear, you just came into the stream for the first time and you've been indoctrinated by Chad B. Noob. Welcome back. MQ Canby, thanks for the follow. Clad Clacka, thanks for the follow. Redacted with the 6 months. Just a guy with the 13. I think I already said that. And Dark Eldar with the 27. Let's just blame Rapid 7. I'm not blaming Rapid 7 at all. I knew what I was signing up for. It's that they're not doing anything. It's quarter 4. It's not Rapid 7's fault. It's not Rapid 7's fault that it's quarter 4 in consulting. If any of you have been in consulting, you know that quarter 4 is absolutely a mad scramble because everybody gets into the last 2 months of the year and says, oh shit, we have all this security budget we haven't spent yet. It's time to get a pen test. And that's what happens across the entire industry. Quarter 4 of security consulting and consulting in general is always a nightmare. So that's just, it's not a Rapid 7 problem. That's just how consulting is. I also absolutely enjoyed your walkthrough videos doing AOC. It led me here eventually. Wish there were more videos with John, Husky, and you. That's so kind of you, Disastrous Infosec. John and Husky are both friends of mine, and they're both excellent creators in the space. Just the nicest possible dudes in person, too. As nice as you can expect a guy to be, that's John Hammond and Husky Hacks. Like, really just the nicest, some of the nicest people I know, genuinely. Do you do OSINT in your job to look for people? Any tips on how to be good at it? It depends. It depends on the nature of the engagement. But yes, I do OSINT. I typically will use... LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your most valuable resource when it comes to targeting employees of various companies. You also use hunter.io to determine email addresses and possible usernames. And that's how you do target profiling from there. From there, you go from LinkedIn to looking at their other social medias to determine what the best vector is going to be and so on and so forth. John's hardware hacking AOC video was really funny. As a hardware engineer, it was very funny seeing him try to explain. Yeah, that was... he doesn't strike me as too much of a hardware guy. He may have chosen that one before really seeing what it was about. I did the same thing with the IoT hacking. So I did the MQTT video, and I had encountered MQTT before, but I didn't know a whole lot about it, and I had to learn stuff. I had to learn stuff about MQTT to make the video, and to make the video as well as I wanted to make it. And then my dad said, "Hey, my dad was trying to set up. He's trying to set up Home Assistant to manage all of his IoT devices at home, and he has a radon detector in the basement that he wants. And he's like, hey, I want to set this up in Home Assistant. Do you know anything that can help me out?" And I was like, well, you could use a Docker container with an MQTT broker, and we ended up with this random Python script we found on GitHub, and we managed to get a hacky little radon detector working in Home Assistant with a nice little graph and everything. It was a nice little project for me and my dad to bond over while I was at home. So that was real nice. I'm shocked at how few InfoSec personalities are into Home Assistant. Is it really virtual TAC? If you think about it, I think you'll come to the realization that it's not that surprising. It's really not that surprising. Like tech people, like crypto people and so on, will be like, I want my Amazon Alexa and my Google Home, and I want to control my lights with, I want to control the lights with the movement of my eyelids, and stuff like that. They'll do these crazy home techie setups because they're cute little projects for them and so on. And then you'll have an InfoSec person who's afraid of all of that and has like a 90s printer with a gun right next to it, in case it ever makes a weird noise. Like that's what I'm like, okay? That's what I'm like. My parents said the same thing. They're like, I can't believe you don't have an Alexa. And I'm like, I can't believe you do have an Alexa. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I mean, I am kind of knocking it. I shamed my own girlfriend into deleting TikTok off of her phone. But there's a reason that InfoSec people don't tend to have these crazy complex technical setups at home. Like there's a reason. Because you get paranoid working in this field to some degree. Now, my dad's not an InfoSec person. He, like me, is a specialist in several fields. He's a high school biology teacher, actually. But he just learned coding on his own. He just likes computers. He learned how to code on his own. And he was having some difficulty getting the Python script to work, or to getting his radon detector to talk to Home Assistant. And he just asked me offhandedly, and I was like, hey, I think I can help you with that, with this thing we call Docker. So I had to teach him Docker, which I don't think he really understands yet still, but he's learning it, and that's the key. The key is to start learning. My point is my dad's like me, or more accurately, I'm like him, in that we just like to pick up stuff and learn it. That's it. Like, so he wanted, like, it was a nice little project for us to bond over, and I ended up using the things I learned about MQTT in the video to help him with it. So now I actually understand it even better. To me, part of the Home Assistant appeal is being able to take all of your home automation stuff off the cloud and run it. Oh, yeah, that's definitely great. That's definitely fantastic. If you've got your home automation stuff talking to the cloud, cringe. I'm cringing, my dude. I'm super cringing there. So, yeah, that's definitely great. And he related the same thing. He's like, I don't want to expose any of these ports to the internet. I just want to be talking on my own internal network. And I was like, okay, I can support that. I can help you with that. So we ended up, yeah. You had to wear that sweater from your day 10 advent of cyber throughout the entire time that you were home? Yes, the entire time. That's the only thing I wore. I even wore it to sleep. He also has, my parents live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like in the middle of the woods somewhere. Like legitimately out in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. So there's deer and stuff that eat all of Dad's plants. So he has like this crazy setup with like an electric fence that goes all the way around his place. He's got cameras that monitor for motion. It's just insane what he's got going on over there. So he needs like some way of managing all of these IoT devices he has on his home network. So he's using Home Assistant for that. You won't even let your GF have a Chinese cyber weapon? I mean, I would if she wasn't also a cybersecurity professional. The embarrassing part is that she is a cybersecurity professional, and she's just like, but TikTok is really funny, and I'm like, you know, I'm sure President Xi thinks it's really funny, real funny. You're laughing along with him, okay? Oh my goodness, Mike Parsons know that he does know. Mike Parsons does know. I kept hearing his dumb fucking name on the news while I was at home because my parents live in Missouri. So I keep hearing Mike Parsons' name on the phone. Oh my goodness. What are your thoughts on ChatGPT? I've only played around with it at the most base level. It seems fun. Like, I couldn't get it to do anything super impressive. Like, I was mostly asking it, like, do a shellcode and, like, do a shellcode injection with PPID spoofing and third-party DLL blocking. And it just failed utterly at that. So it can't make my payload. It can't make my payloads yet. Okay? It can't do that. But eventually, maybe. But I was probably asking it to do too complicated stuff. You can do that. You just got to be creative. I'm sure you can make it. I'm sure you can make it better. The thing is, I'm only playing with it as a novelty at this point. At some point, I'm sure I'm going to have to use something like that as part of my job, but we'll see. We're not there yet. Okay, Odin with the 10 months. Ichibod with the 4. Dodo Fett with the 6 months. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Jifferan with the 20 months, my dude. Hope you had a nice, relaxing holidays. I would not call them relaxing, but they were a good time, and I'm happy to be back. Third OSCP attempt and just picked up Rasta's C2 and C# course. Woo! Going in the deep end, are you? You should know that he's not going to really attempt to teach you C# in that course at all. Like, he's going to assume that you know C# already, at least at a base level. He's not going to be explaining C# to you. So at least, like, make sure you at least know the basics of C# before you get into that. Eddie Ishmedi with the 7 months, Code Peak with the 9, Nefarious with the 13, Turing Moon Yatch with the first time indoctrination. So I thought we'd do some TryHackMe today, my friends. First day back, Cthulhu Thursday. I figured a lot of you are going to be coming from TryHackMe, so I figured we'd do some, because of Advent of Cyber, so I figured we'd do some TryHackMe. How's that sound to you guys? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? TryHackMe? Tiberius, good to see you. I was on your stream yesterday. I don't think I talked at all because I was doing this web app. I was finishing up a web app assessment late. So I was on your stream but not talking. You said you talk about the future? Well, the course is the future right now. Right now I'm fully focused on the course. The course is my number one fixation outside of work and my normal live stream. The course is my number one fixation right now. I want to get the course rolled out to you. And once the course is rolled out, once I get all that figured out, then I've got some plans on where I want to go as far as my content creation. Any timeline on the course? I wanted to get more of it done than I actually did over the break. I just didn't have as much free time over the break as I would have liked. But because it's Q4 in consulting. But it's coming along, okay? It's coming along. A good portion of it is done. I think I have most of the escalations done, and then I have to do certificate forgery. I have to do certificate theft. Is that all of them? I have to do domain dominance. Domain dominance as well. I think those are the other 3 sections I'm going to do. And those won't take nearly as long as the escalations. The escalations are the bulk of the course. I promise you it's still moving along. You haven't heard about it in a month just because I have been I've been away. I've been gone. I promise you the course is on its way. It's going to be on, for those who don't know, I'm making a course on attacking Active Directory certificate services. I'm making an entire course, and it's going to be on, at this point, I'm in talks with TCM Security to put it on their platform. Alrighty. So, let's load up TryHackMe. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's load up TryHackMe. ADCS Prives feels like cheating? Dude, I'm telling you. I'm crushing it with ADCS. Every internal I've been on, and I've been on several internals in the past couple of months. I've just absolutely crushed ADCS on those internals. Every single time, my dude. ESC1. I don't know what to tell you. At one time there was ESC4. Like, it feels like cheating. I saw ESC6. I saw 4 different ESCs. I saw 4 different ESCs on this most recent internal. I saw 1, 6, 8, and 10. Yeah, I saw 1, 6, 8, and 10. On the most recent internal. That was my first time seeing ESC 6 in the wild, too. The course will only be about ADCS. It'll be about, in general, red teaming. It will only be on ADCS. Like, that's the focus. The focus is on that. But you're also going to get a little bit of Kerberos exploitation splashed in because of ESC 5. ESC 5 is a little bit freeform and not really, and so I'm doing a little bit of Kerberos exploitation on top of that. So, but it's focused on ADCS. If I just did an all-around penetration testing Active Directory, that'd be a much longer course. Okay, there's a lot of stuff there. So I wanted to just have a nice little focus area. I need to open up Firefox. Hey, Shin Ryzen, good to see you. Shin Risen, I guess I don't know why I'm saying Ryzen. All right, let me get logged in here. Oh, picked up Hollow Knight. Who's playing? Any Hollow Knight stands in the chat? Any Hollow Knight stands in the chat? I wasn't really planning to pick up Hollow Knight. It just kind of happened to me because I was feeling burned out one night while I was over one Friday night, and I needed a game that was that played to a game that I thought I was going to enjoy, and that was going to run on my Mac, because I have an M1 Mac laptop, and while I was at home, I was on my M1 Mac a lot. So I needed a game that was going to run on M1 Mac and that I was going to like. And Hollow Knight has been recommended to me on Steam for a very long time, because I'm a big Metroid fan and I'm a big Dark Souls fan. It's like, and Hollow Knight is like if Metroid and Dark Souls had a baby, and also if that baby was an insect of some kind. So that's what Hollow Knight is. So I've been playing quite a bit of Hollow Knight in what spare time I have. What do you love in Cthulhu? Cthulhu is kind of a mascot of the stream. I'm just a fan of Lovecraftian. I'm a fan of horror in general, and in particular Lovecraftian horror. Oh, actually, let's go to this one. Yeah, in particular Lovecraftian horror. It's just it plays into my brand. It's my branding, and also it's kind of like we're doing the dark magics on this stream. We're doing dark forbidden arts. That's what hacking is. Do you read any modern weird fiction? No, recommend me some. I'd really like to read some more weird fiction. Hollow Knight is great. It is great. Hollow Knight is very, very good. It's extremely good. Okay, it's extremely, extremely good. I would say, I haven't finished the game yet, but I do have thoughts on it. The game is the artwork, the music, which you're listening to right now, the atmosphere, the combat, the moment, the movement, the moment-to-moment gameplay, all of that is a 10 out of 10. I would give all of those like 9 or 10s every time. All of that stuff is super, super good. Super, super good. Story, also super, super good. Oh, the music is just low right now, but it is playing. That being said, the level design hurts me. The game was made... I don't want to judge it too harshly. The game was made by 3 people, okay? The game's a miracle. The game was made by 3 people. It is a miracle it is this good, okay? Medium or hard? It's a Cthulhu Thursday, but it's our first day back. We'll do a little bit of both. We'll see. Well, maybe we'll warm up on an easy one. Let's see. We'll do challenges. We'll do most... newest. Can I drop a $5 off code of TryHackMe's shop? Absolutely you can. If you want it to be like, do you want me to like give it away in a giveaway, or do you want to do like you just want to drop it in the chat and let everyone fight over it? Read Laird Barron, get the Weird Fiction magazine from Undertow Press, literally all their books. Michael Wehunt is phenomenal. Okay, great. I'm going to copy these down. I'm going to look all these up offline. But thank you so much. I'm interested in weird fiction. Especially horror writing. I heard Reanimator mentioned in chat there too. Herbert West. I'm a Reanimator fan. That one's a little frustrating to me. I named my obfuscation tool after it, Reanimator, because it's written in Nim, and it has Nim in it. So there was that. But that was really the only reason. But that's one of the ones that's one of the stories that I can point at and be like, okay, Lovecraft, I can see you were a little bit racist with this one. This one is where it's showing more than in the other ones. I mean, Lovecraft was notoriously an extremely racist person, but Herbert West Reanimator is one of those where it shows, one of his stories where it shows a little bit more than in the other ones. It's pretty overt in that one. Not saying it's bad. I do like Herbert West Reanimator. That's why I named my tool after it, but... Alright, what do you guys think? We could do Neighbor. Do you want to start with an easy one and then go into a harder one, or we just want to start with a Mulder? What do you guys think? Oh, shit. I meant to only do that for 1 minute, but fine. It looks like most people are saying... Oh, did I have not even started to mold? This isn't even molding. I'm just smacking down some dipshit in my chat. Nobody is molding right now. Did you run netstat? I have no reason to run net... Zonifer. Zonifer and Odin are already trying my patience today. Most people are saying start with easy, and then in the poll, people are like, straight into molding. Start being mad already. Be mad right now. Which one are we doing? Vote in the poll. Silent majority. This is how we got Trump. I don't know if that's the same. I do not know if that's the same. Let's hope we need a Python 2 script. You know, I was thinking about that while I was working with Docker over the break. And I realized there's no reason I should be molding over Python 2. But that's a story for another time. All of my molding has been restricted to Hollow Knight recently. So here's how, for those who haven't played, this is how Hollow Knight works, okay? If you've ever played like Dark Souls or a Metroid game or any video game, adventure game, when you die, you don't respawn right where you died. You go back to some other place. In Hollow Knight, in Dark Souls, it's the bonfires. In Metroid, it's the save rooms. In Hollow Knight, it's the benches. You go back to the last bench you rested at. And so, obviously, this is a game mechanic we know very well. So if you, hypothetically, are a developer, and you know that it's very likely that your players are going to be dying a number of times on any particular area of the game. Like, for example, if there's a big scary monster that you're putting in the player's way that they have to fight, such as a boss, you might think, oh my god, it's 30-29. Someone tried really hard to make it a tie. You might think you need to put a bench or a spawn area, like, not right outside the boss room or anything, but you'd think in the same zip code, right? Like in the same zip code, so that when the player dies and gets sent back to the bench, they don't have to run back a very far distance to get back to the boss and give it another try again. This is how Metroid works. It's how Dark Souls work. Dark Souls does creative things with shortcuts to get you back to the boss quickly, and so on and so forth. Hollow Knight does a very innovative thing. Hollow Knight takes a different strategy, and it's very innovative, and it's called Go Fuck Yourself. We're going to put one bench in every massive area, and you're actually going to be able to tell where the bosses are located by the spot that's furthest from the bench on the map. Like, literally at one point, I moved into a new area and got a map, and I knew where the bench was, and I was like, well, the bench is over here, so the boss is probably somewhere in this region of the map. And I was spot fucking on. I was absolutely spot on of where the boss was located. And so every time you die, you have to spend like 10 minutes fighting and platforming through all these fucking places you've already been to get back to where the boss is. All right, it said start easy. Let's start with neighbor then. Let's start with neighbor here. Stop dying, bro. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, the here come the get goods. Here come the get goods. I understand I'm getting good. I understand I am getting good. That doesn't stop me from being frustrating. Have you considered being better at the game? I did. You know what? I did consider it. I thought I'd just complain on Twitch anyways. I thought I would just complain on Twitch. Just learn how to play. Excuse you, 740i. Excuse you. Excuse you. I literally have a Bloodborne poster over my shoulder. By the way, I used to think the worst boss run-up was Lawrence in Bloodborne. If I ever say that Lawrence in Bloodborne is the worst boss run-up of all time, as in the worst, like, when you die and go back to the bonfire, the worst path back to the boss from the lamp, it's the worst in Bloodborne. But Hollow Knight has absolutely the worst boss run-ups I've ever experienced in any game of any, like, literally ever. Literally the worst boss run-ups of all time. I made my way into one area early. I'm starting the machine, by the way. I got into one area early because by exploiting by early, I mean you're supposed to have some other movement items that I didn't have. But I managed to get in by bouncing off some enemies to get up higher than I should have been able to get. So I got into an area early, and I knew it was early. I just wanted to flex and get into the area. And I made my way all the way to the end of this area, to where the boss is, and I got absolutely fucking ass blasted because the boss was beyond my early game capabilities at that point. And then was sent all the way back to and I kept trying the boss over and over again, but the run-up was absolutely miserable. And there was like 1,000 enemies that are all airborne, by the way. They're all flying enemies, and every time they see you, they just fly directly at you. They just charge at you at warp speed. And, like, it was not Mantis Lords, it was the Hive. It was Hive. I got into the Hive early I got into the Hive early, got clapped by but the stupid bees enemies, like, that was the big frustration. The boss wasn't even all that bad. The run-up was so bad that I quit and went somewhere else, and I came back with the right movement items. All right, the boss did start up, thing did start up here. Alrighty, so let's go sudo. No hacking happening just yet. We're just connecting to the VPN. Which room? All of them. All of the rooms. Oh, shit. Did it extract? I forgot. Oh, shit. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I might have to re-download my configuration file. No, it's there. Oh, shit. Nope, I can see what the problem is. Okay, let me fix that real quick. I moved my projects folder around a little bit. So it's going to be projects twice, and I'll have to change it later. Okay, let's hope it works. There it goes. We get initialization sequence completed. So we're good to go. All right, Tmux new TAC-S neighbor. Alrighty. Let's switch to this. Okay, there we go. We got it now. And I have to change my challenge properties. TryHackMe neighbor. Okay. Now, for those who have never been on the stream before, I have not done neighbor. I do challenges entirely blind on this stream. You're not seeing like a clean walkthrough of the box. I've never done this challenge before. I don't know what it entails. I just know it's rated easy on TryHackMe, so we're gonna warm up. We're warming up. Okay. Already starting with the excuse. Shut up, killer. Fucking killer. Every time with this guy. Seriously. Did I already opened up Tmux. Okay. My bad. Let's ping the IP address. We can reach it. So some things to note right off the bat. Is it John Hammond's room? I don't know. Is it? Hang on. More? No, it's CM Natick's room. I think you're thinking of Corridor, perhaps? Corridor seems like it was. Neighbor was very simple. We're just warming up! We're warming up! We're gonna do another box after this. So the first thing to note here is that the time to live is 61. This indicates it's likely a Linux machine. It's likely a Linux machine we're dealing with here. Do you prefer VirtualBox or VMware? I use both of them, and I use Parallels. But I don't know. They both have their pros and cons. The big con for VMware is that you don't get that the free version is basically devoid of all features. So if you don't want to pay anything, you're going for VirtualBox every time, which is fine. But VirtualBox has its own quirks. I use VMware for work because work pays for the license. I use VirtualBox for my personal stuff. Oh, John Hammond helps CM Natick with this one? Okay. Oh, that's something I want to do for the future of my content, too. I want to make a TryHackMe box this year. I definitely want to do that. All right, so we'll start off with a ye old Nmap scan. See what we get. I'm guessing that it is a web application, because I think I saw some web application-related terms. Credentials to log in. So we have relatively recent Ubuntu. Okay. On Kali ARM64, have we run any cross-compilation issues? Yes. Yes. I was working on Reanimator over the break, working on improving it. And I wrote in some new features into Reanimator. I haven't updated it on Patreon yet, but I'll make sure and do that. I have run in. You're gonna have cross compilation issues with Kali on an ARM architecture. That's just gonna be the case because you're trying to compile for an x86 architecture. You should make a box of how to set up a connection like this. You do in the environment. What do you mean by that? How to set up a connection. What do you mean by setting up a connection? Just elaborate on that point for me. Nmap, TAC, TAC. Let's do an all-port scan as well. Scan all TCP ports instead of just the most popular ones. Like connecting to the VPN. The configuration, you mean like setting up my terminal the way it looks and all that stuff? Oh shit, we're not even in CRT, are we? Fuck. I normally use CRT on stream and just completely forgot about it. Whoops. Like your console, like this is normally what my terminal looks like. I just realized I didn't have it open. This is normally what my terminal looks like. But you can get this, you can get my configuration from me if you want. Like I give it out. Just reach out to me on Discord and ask for it. and I'll tell you how to install it. You lost your touch? Look, it's my first stream back. It's my first stream back. There's gonna be some... I'm sticking with this one for right now, okay? I use the same config. Yeah, I just give it out. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. I'll just give it out to you. It's just like setting up your terminal is pretty easy. It's just making sure. How about the flipper 0? My mom thought it was fucking crazy. Before I introduced them to it, I would just we would just be sitting watching TV and I'd just turn the TV off. Just to troll. And then I cloned the garage opener. And I used it to open the garage door when we came back one day, and they thought I had done some kind of magic spell. And then we went out to eat at a restaurant, and it was one of those restaurants where every square inch of the wall space is all TVs showing sports ball. And I just started turning off all the TVs, and they made me stop because they thought that was rude. I'm like, I'm just turning the TVs off. I'm not breaking the TVs. But yeah, the Flipper 0 is a fun little toy. I've been having fun with it. Don't have an account? Use the guest account. Control U. What the hell? Use guest credentials until registration is fixed. Admin user account is off limits with 5 exclamation points. Okay. Alrighty. Now, you might be laughing at this. But on my last internal assessment, I found an internal web portal which was using a network management solution that I won't name. But what do you do in this case? If you find a portal to a known network management solution, what do you call Mike Part? Oh, right. FBI, open up! The FBI is here. They're coming after me for... Yeah, default credentials. Default credentials. So, before I even looked for default credentials, I just tried the classic, the name of the solution as both the username and password. So if it was Jenkins, it wasn't Jenkins in this case. But if it was Jenkins, I always try Jenkins. Jenkins as a username and Jenkins as a password. Okay? And in this case, it logged me right in, and I, as an admin user, and then I managed to get remote code execution on the underlying device, and pivot from there. So that's how it works in real life, my friends. That's just how it goes. Always something you should look for right there. All right, we logged in. Guest, welcome to our site. Try not to peep your neighbor's profile. So we've already broken the law one time. Or broken the law one time. Speaking of music, you have a couple of malds due. Don't tell me when to mold! I will mold when I am goddamn good and ready. That goes for you too, Jifferam. The real molding is the friends we make along the way. Stop demanding that I yell at you. All right, did I miss any molds? Is there anyone else who needs to be yelled at right this moment? I'm not cheating. Okay. All right, well, I'm noticing up in this parameter that there's a user parameter in the name up here. Well, I'm going to do the first thing I do in every parameter and go single quote. But we could just try user admin. Okay, well, we did it, boys. This is why you're here. This is you're here for those big brain hacks, okay? Those super big brain hacks right there. Wow, okay then. Yeah, no, that one was much easier. Was that the only flag? That is the only flag. This is the only flag. Okay. This is the power of true hacking right now. Don't worry, we're gonna do another box. We're just warming up. So, what do we call this kind of vulnerability? What do we call this kind of vulnerability, fellas? We're not stopping. We're not done. Broken auth? Well, it's not broken auth. The auth appears to be working exactly as intended. IDOR. What does IDOR stand for? IDOR. It's not HODOR. It's not HODOR. It's IDOR stands for Insecure Direct Object Reference. What does that mean? It means that the code references, like, it's an example of an IDOR is what you're seeing right here. When we log in, it takes us to user admin. It takes us to the guest user account. User equals guest, right? But what IDOR, the way IDOR works is that you can control this URL. Obviously, you're in complete control over this URL, over this entire URL. So, what if we referenced a different object other than guest? And we could do any account here. You could do Cthulhu. Hi Cthulhu, welcome to our site. Okay, so it's a little bit of a simple site. It's just taking, there are no actual user accounts, it looks like. It's just so basically it's checking for, basically it's giving you your user account based on what user is referenced in the URL bar, and you can control this, okay? There's nothing wrong with simple as long as you learned from it. Another example of an IDOR you're more likely to see in real life. Let's say, and I think we saw this on a recent box. Maybe it was on Intelligence, Hack the Box Intelligence. There was a Hack the Box machine where you found some PDFs on the main page, and the PDFs were all named something like let me do a quick Notepad stream. By the way, I hear Windows 11 has dark mode Notepad, so I really need to get that going so that Notepad doesn't keep flashbanging me. So the file names were stuff like 2022 January 10 document.pdf or something like that, right? Or 2022 March 12th document.pdf, right? So this is an example of where you're going to want to look for an IDOR, because you can predict these document names, right? You can predict these document names. If you see these two document names, this is evidence of a naming scheme. And you can just be like, okay, what if we look for January 1st? And then 2nd, and then 3rd, and then 4th. And you can look for other PDFs that are on the website, but you may not be able to access by clicking on a link. Does that make sense? This would be another more real-life example of an insecure direct object reference, an IDOR. Does anybody have any other questions about IDORs? Tiberius, thanks for the 16 months, my friend. It's good to have you back. Tiberius is also an excellent streamer and content creator. Recommend checking him out, but I'm sure most of you know who he is already. Shin Ryzen with the 18 months. Risen with the 18 months. Welcome back. Oh, man. There's like a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. Zero Kieran bringing DeCroyson into the cult now. Welcome back, DeCroyson. Good to have you. Thanks you, Zero Kieran, for your continued and concerted support of the stream. Crypto Ghost with the 5 months. Welcome back. Frost Melka with the 6. And Scopaz with the 3. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. What's Netstat? That's the right answer. Thank you. Ajax, thanks for the follow. Wait, Tiberius, like the auto recon dude. Yes, like the auto recon dude. Yes, like the auto recon dude. Are the M1 chips and ARM ready for hacking? What do you mean by ready for hacking? Like, it's a computer. Yes, it's ready for hacking. Like, the only difficulty from an ARM architecture is running VMs. If you would like to create payloads or compile code for an x86 architecture, you might have a little bit of a hard time on an ARM architecture. Because normally you can just run virtual machines or whatever to compile whatever you want. But if you're on an ARM architecture, you have to emulate the x86 architecture, which you can do. Like I have UTM installed on my laptop behind me to emulate x86 architecture, but it's very slow. It's super slow. It's slow to you're not going to be doing any gaming on the emulated architecture is what I'm saying. I recommend, if you want a laptop specifically for pen testing, I do not recommend the ARM architecture. Just because some hacking tools aren't going to have an ARM version yet. I haven't had too much of a problem with it, other than with my wireless antenna. With my wireless antenna, I do have a problem because I don't think that there's a version of the driver that exists. All right, let's pick another box. Let's talk while we're picking another box. Let's move this along here. Or chat's going to start cracking the whip on me. I know how you are, chat. Where did I put... Oh, here it is. Okay. Alrighty. So, I don't know what box we're going to do. I usually let... I've had ARM, I've had problems installing Nessus on emulated Linux. Yeah, are you emulating? Like, clarify that, Hizek. Are you emulating Linux? Like, emulating an x86 Linux machine? Or is it an ARM Linux machine? That's the trouble with the architecture. You can't just run an x86 virtual machine on an ARM architecture because that's not how it works. You have to emulate it. Like, as in, you have to... The x86 architecture has to run on top of the ARM architecture, and you're going to take a pretty big performance hit. If you're running, like, Kali and Parallels, Parallels does not emulate. It only makes virtual machines in the same architecture as you're currently running. Is virtualize the right term? Virtualize, if you're using Parallels or something like that, then virtualize is the right term. Because you are... I have a virtualized Kali on my laptop, as obviously, but it's an ARM 64. It is 64-bit ARM Kali, which means it has a few limitations. But if I want x86 Kali, if I want x86 64-bit Kali, which is what you're seeing right here, this is x86 64-bit Kali. Well, that's my web browser, but this is x86 64 Kali. If you want that, you have to emulate it. Maybe ARM architecture machines will be the future. They have a lot of positives. I don't know if they're the future, but they have a lot of positives. Most IoT devices run on ARM because they're very efficient. They produce very little heat. They're very fast. They're very fast, efficient. They produce very little heat. So they don't require like fans or anything like that. Like, I could be using that laptop to its full capacity, like running Hashcat, for instance. And like the laptop will get warm. It'll get kind of warm, but it's silent. Dead silent. No, like, I can't hear any fan or anything like that. It's crazy. That being said, it doesn't crack as fast as it would with a dedicated graphics card, but it certainly does it. It does well enough. Newest. Okay, what do you guys want to see? I normally let you guys pick. We have templates. If there's one you want to see, tell me in chat, and I'll put it in the poll. Okay.
A hunter must hunt.
SQHell? Try and find all the flags in the SQL injections. Oh boy. I can put that one in there, sure. SQHell. Chill hack, I think I've already done. I think I've done all the VulnNet machines. I'm not against doing a machine again if you really want to see it, but you have to tell me which VulnNet you want to see. I vote for an AD machine. Everyone always wants to see AD. And I'm fine showing you AD. I think that we might want to do AD on Hack the Box, though. Convert my video. Perfect. Okay, I like it. Convert my video. I'm just putting them in a poll, and then you guys are going to choose. I'll put template in there. I can't do Theseus. It asks you not to stream it. I'm trying to say, I know that Tiberius streamed it. I know he did. But I'm trying to say on TryHackMe's good side, okay? I'm just not going to risk it. Committed, I'll just pick committed. Is there something with template injection? Well, there is a box called template. I think that might have some template injection. What do you think? And let's just put in Annie. There you go. Get your votes in. Something with port forwarding or pivoting without Metasploit. Oh, man. God, dude, so this pissed me off so much. Here's Husky Hacks' video. Husky Hacks' video was like 7 fucking minutes, and 3 or 4 of them is him literally singing and doing a little musical number. Like, there's like 3 minutes where he explains like the 2 Nmap commands that you have to learn. That's Husky Hacks' first video. And yes, his pipes are better than mine, and yes, I am mad about it, okay? I'm not saying his singing was bad. It was good. I'm just sad that his video was 7 minutes long, and then you get to mine, and mine was like day 3 is like here's how to Nmap scan. This is what you do to Nmap scan. And then day 9 was like Docker Metasploit, pivoting, proxy chains, port forwarding, SOX proxies, SSH, and then day 19 was like breaking into the Pentagon, breaking into the Pentagon in real life or something like that. It just felt like it escalated really fast, and then my video was like over an hour long, on all that pivoting and port forwarding. I'm really glad you guys liked it. I worked for a really long time on that one. I'm really glad you guys liked it. But that one was a super pain in the butt to make because it was so long. And it had to be. There was just so much material. Okay, it looks like SQHell might be winning by a little bit. So we might want to do that one.
What are you doing, step brother?
Shut up! I'm doing SQHell like you people want. They were great videos. Bit of a slop to get through it. Oh, I mean, I believe it. I believe it. Like, there was just more to the video. Like, how am I going to do that in 15 minutes? Like, and I could do it in 15 minutes, but I can't explain it in 15 minutes. If I do it in 15 minutes, it's just going to be sitting there running the commands. And that's not going to explain everything. That's not going to explain anything at all. I have to explain it to you, and since I'm trying to be approachable to beginners, especially in advent of cyber, there's a lot that I have to explain when it comes to Docker, Metasploit, port forwarding, Metasploit modules, SSH, proxy chains. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. I was a little bit tilted that Husky Hacks got off so easy on his advent of cyber machines. That being said, he got in there faster in picking his, so I can't really complain all that much. So it looks like there are 5 flags. Go ahead and start the machine. There are 5 flags to find, but you have to defeat the different SQL injection types. Unless displayed on the page, the flags are stored in the flag table in the flag. Okay, flag table in the flag column. Okay, so we'll connect. I'm changing the box name. Thank you. SQHell. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty, SQHell. So let's exit out of here. Okay. So the box is starting up. I'm going to give it a few minutes to get started here before I start scanning it. It was good to have such a variety of challenges. No, these were the best challenges that I've seen. There were some fucking bangers in this one. I was so glad I picked that game hacking one. Nobody wanted that one, and I don't know why, because that was one of the coolest fucking challenges. No one wanted to do that. No one wanted to do the walkthrough of that one. It was one of the last ones for people to pick. And I had so much fun making that one. That one was a really cool one. I was really glad I picked that one because I thought it was really cool. It shows you a little bit about how people make things like aimbots and stuff. That's something I forgot to mention in the video, I think. But people use those same techniques that I showed you in the game hacking video to make like aimbots for Call of Duty, and so on and so forth, which you should not do. Don't cheat in online games, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. You're a piece of shit if you do that. But it is cool. And from a technical standpoint, it is very cool. And if you're doing it just to play around with it, if you're making like a Doom hit aimbot, just as a cool little project, that's cool shit. Okay, especially but if you're not shooting anybody else in Doom, if you're playing Call of Duty, if you're downloading somebody's hacking software and playing Call of Duty, I saw a video online of like it was like cheating the cheaters or something, where a guy made cheat software. An absolute legend made an aimbot for like Counter-Strike, I think. He made a Counter-Strike aimbot. We're waiting for the the CS:GO. It was for CS:GO. He made an aimbot in CS:GO and he put it online and let people download it. And there were just like, it would work like an aimbot, but it would do things like when you threw a grenade, there was a random chance that the grenade would just lose all of its momentum and fall right at your feet and blow you up. Like, and and also if you walked by the edge, like there was a random chance it would just jump off the edge for you. And he made a whole video of cheaters being trolled by his aimbot. That's doing the Lord's work right there, okay? That guy is a legend doing the Lord's work, okay? Is that the same guy that would make it drop the gun? Yeah, it did a lot of stuff. He had a lot of little ways of trolling people. I deeply recommend looking that up on YouTube. Hang on, let me find it. Hang on. CS:GO. Cheaters. Trolled by fake cheat software. There's a couple of videos, I think. I think the same guy did it a couple of times. Yeah, he's actually done it 4 times, I think. Or at least he has 4 videos on it. Yeah. So I'll send you. I'll show you the first one. Copy link. But there's like 4 of them, I think, at least on here. But like that guy's doing the Lord's work right there. Okay, no notes. Awesome job. That guy's a legend. I heard you had a built-in. I heard the aimbot had built-in functionality that sent the video of you getting trolled. Yeah, I think it actually did that too. Yeah, like, which is also very cool. Like, this guy, he calls himself Script Kid. It's always the people that like take the name Script Kid or Hacking Noob that know all of the cool shit, that are the furthest from being script kids. If you're writing an aimbot to manipulate CS:GO, you're not a script kiddie. Okay, that's the actual opposite of what that is. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the website. I'm assuming I'm probably just gonna. I guess we'll scan it in the background because why not? But it seems like it may not be necessary to scan it. Okay, so we get some lorem ipsum stuff. We'll just go straight to the all ports scan here. It's going to put HTTP in it, but whatever. By the way, I've said it before, don't use the term script kiddie. The term script kiddie is gatekeeping and stupid. You shouldn't use the term script kiddie. We're all at different places in our learning journey. We're all on eternal learning journeys. To someone like Harmjoy, I'm a script kiddie. Okay? Just don't, no gatekeeping. Gatekeeping sucks. Okay, we have login and register. We can try ye old admin, or we can try the legendary, or 1 equals 1. The classic. Let me show you what I've typed in here. Inspect. We can just remove this, and you'll be able to see. Okay, so this is what I'm typing, a simple SQL injection, and it logs us right in. So that's the classic, old reliable. And you might say, well, Mr. Streamer, what? No one ever does that anymore. It just doesn't work. Okay, first of all, I have exploited that exact thing. I've done the classic or 1 equals 1 on publicly exposed websites in 2021. The year of our Lord, 2021, I had that assessment where I did an or 1 equals 1 and logged right in as admin on a publicly facing web server. So it absolutely does happen. It absolutely 100% does happen. So like 2 years ago. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. So like that's 2021 is not that long ago, killer. Fucking killer. Every time with this guy in the chat. Every time. Okay. So we got the first flag. Very simple. Very simple stuff there. Someone wrote a script with ChatGPT that publicly scraped websites for SQL injections. Has it worked? Oh, I believe it. I 100% believe it. Doesn't feel like 2 years ago. We're 12 days into 2023. It's like 2021 is slightly more than 1 year ago. It's not even 2 years. Okay. So we logged in as admin. We can go to register. Admin. Username already taken. Username available. We're going to need burp for this one. So we'll start up burp. Google Docs kind of sucks now. More likely just give you tutorials on Google Docs and SQLi tutorials. I mean, Google Dorking is useful for like finding, for doing recon on a target for like a red team assessment. It's still useful for that. Four days in and almost completed with Dante ProLab. Are you having fun with it, Clay Hacks? How is it that you're able to log in with a SQL injection if you're modifying a database? What do you mean by that, Spec True? We're not modifying the database. We're modifying a query that's going to the database. At least in that previous SQL injection that we did. There may be other SQL injections that we do here. We're not modifying the database. We're querying the database. They've moved all the stuff around. Now it's in settings. Is it? No. Oh, no, it's over here. Is it in sessions? No. It's proxy? No. Network. Connections. Oh, my God. They keep moving stuff around. I fear change. Okay, we're not using a SOX proxy. That's all I wanted to see. Okay. Didn't I change it to 8081? I think it needs to be 8081. What are you looking for? I was looking to make sure we're not using a SOX proxy. I was looking for the SOX proxy settings. Burp recently moved everything around, and so I had to relearn where everything was. Okay, let's go back over here and let's just run some requests. Let me just click around here to get a sense for what these look like. Admin, first post. So I'm seeing an injection. I'm seeing a possible injection point right here. You can see there's an ID parameter up here in the post page. So we can try ID equals single quote. And that's what we call a ruh-roh reggy. This is pod racing here. So we could do single quote. It's gonna be easier if I show this in Burp. Let's go over here to. Am I not intercepting? I'm not. I haven't been intercepting. There we go. Now we send this to repeater. Yeah, we have an error in our SQL syntax. So if we do single quote, union, select one, we add a comment. This is not Newbie Tuesday, so I'm not going to be explaining this super in depth. Error in the SQL syntax. So we can try 2 columns. Oh, actually, it might just be an integer. So it might be 1 plus union select. That might be better. It might not be a string. So let's try union select 1. Aha! So we get a different one. Select statements have a different number of columns. This is what we want to see. It's so much easier to do this when the debugging statements are turned on, which is one reason they shouldn't be. So now we try a different number of columns. Say that's 2 columns. Let's try 3 columns. One of these times, it's not going to be an error. Boom! Not an error. And if we look around... Interestingly, none of these were replaced. I don't see 1, 2, 3, or 4 anywhere in there. But so when you do a union select in a SQL statement, so I can do a quick Notepad stream to explain what is happening here and why this works. So if you have, so the query probably looks something like select name or ID, name, content, name, author, content. I don't know if that's what it is. It's 4 columns of some kind. From posts, I don't know if that's the name of the table. This is only an example. Okay, only an example. From posts, where ID equals 1. Where ID equals ID param. So this is it probably looks something like this. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? The ID parameter is up here. Whatever is put into this ID parameter is going to end up right here. Tiberius, what's your course on again? I think you told me. What's your course? What's your new course going to be on? Web app? No way. Oh my god, this is unprecedented. Wait a minute. Tiberius is doing a web app thing? Didn't you already have a course on web app pen testing? Like Tibbs specializes in web apps. He does like all web apps. Like in the real world, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But he didn't have a course on it? Okay, all right. Well, that's cool. There are 95 SQLi slides. I'm not doing any slides. I'm doing it like the CRTO. I'm doing it like CRTO, where you're going to have written content for every module, and then there'll be a video explanation, and there's going to be exercises. So it's going to be roughly structured like CRTO. Okay, so if it's ID equals 1, we do this. So if we're injecting if we're injecting, if we put something after this ID parameter, if we do a union statement, if we do a union select, we can join two select statements together, but a gotcha with this is that the number of columns on both sides has to be the same. So we need to union select for 4 columns. And so that's why we have to do... you can put anything you want in these columns, but we can see which one of these show. So Cthulhu, fhtagn, KEKW, Riley Reid. Perfect. Unknown column Cthulhu. Oh. That would be because I have to put we have to put strings around them. I just want to see which one of these is going to print my data. There we go. We send. Okay. So it looks like it's not actually going to print anything, huh? So what we have... So it looks like none of these appeared. KEKW and Riley. Okay. So none of those words appeared anywhere in the output. We know for a fact... Oh man, what do we have? Pharma? Pharma with the 12 months.
Listen.
Happy New Year indeed. Who's hey listening me? What happened? Change 1 union to 0 union, and I think it will work. God damn it, I hate it when he's right. Why does that work? Does that just mean it's not going to return anything? Does that mean it just didn't return anything from there? So if I put like a 100... Yeah, okay, so I didn't know this about... in fairness, I didn't know this about SQL. I didn't know this about SQL. So if your first select statement doesn't return anything, the union statement will. I thought it was just going to be blind. Probably needed a valid initial result. It did have a valid initial result. The problem is that we had to give it an invalid initial result. We had to give it an initial result that was invalid. Does that make sense? So, if with the union select, it's returning more rows from the database than the web server is expecting. The web server is only showing the results of the first select statement. Does that make sense? But the web so if we get this first select statement to not return anything, by changing the ID to something that isn't to something that isn't valid, then we can get the results of the second union statement instead. So yeah, there you go. So I thought it was just going to be a blind one, but that saved me some time. So we can do. We see the post. We can inject. Let's inject into fhtagn here. That seems the most reasonable. Or actually, no, this one appears twice. Let's just do the KEKW one. Let's do KEKW here. So, let's do, instead of a string, we'll do the expression @ version. Illegal mix of collections. Swedish? We're not Swedish. Rude. Illegal mix of collations and UTF-8 general. So we have a character problem, or we have a character encoding problem. So do I have to do I have to convert? Illegal mix of collations. Let's Google that error and see if there's an easy way to resolve that. No, it doesn't have to be it doesn't need to be quotes. This is an expression, not a string. Is that column a string type? I mean, I think it is, because this is a I mean, maybe it's not. I guess we can try fhtagn as well. Oh, well, let's change this one back. If we put this one in quotes, it's just going to print @ version. At least it returns. But we get @ version the string. We want the MySQL version. Yeah, so the problem is that the box is expecting some kind of Swedish shit. Wouldn't union all be easier? I mean, we can do union all, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. Yeah, we still get the same problem. Illegal mix of collations. Boom. That's what we want. Let's see what the nature of the error is. So it looks like the characters in the database were set as part of like the Swedish character set. What does version do? We can try version. Fuck, I hate it when it works. Come on, man! I hate it when his shit works. And my shit doesn't work. Ugh. God damn it, can he just be wrong one time? Alright, his shit worked and mine didn't. That was my first time encountering that. To be fair, this is my thing. It is his thing. It is his thing. But I'm letting him have his thing, okay? So here we have the MySQL version. This is an expression that should return. This function should return the MySQL version. I hope we don't run into that Swedish character collation problem. Too much. Does everybody understand what's going on? Is anybody just lost right now before we continue? You might wonder, what are we getting with this? And the answer is nothing yet. I mean, this is the first time we've gotten anything actually useful. This is the version of the MySQL server. Is there anyone who is just completely lost? If you're lost, ask questions. Let me get caught up on subs here. Barry Duina, Cthulhu blessed to you indeed. Thanks for the 16 months, my dude. Sekevin, thanks for the prime. Welcome back. Or welcome in for the first time. First time Bezos indoctrination right there. Mem, Mem, thanks for the 11 months, my friend. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Pharma with the 12 months. Happy New Year indeed. Rune with the 4 months, excuse me. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. FW Fad, Mr. Random Bot, M2RC, and Bent Fo D. Thanks for the follow, my dude. We're all here to learn. Pretty lost at the moment? It's okay if you're lost. This isn't Newbie Tuesday. On this day, this is Cthulhu Thursday. We typically take on harder machines on this day, but we do a Newbie Tuesday stream where I break everything down as much as possible. So I'm trying to do this one manually. In real life, I just run SQLMap on this, and SQLMap would destroy this instantly. Footpicks, thanks so much, Footpicks, for the 23 months. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Thanks so much for being here. You need to go back to streaming. I don't know what you're doing over there. She's slacking. Footpicks, another great streamer. She's very entertaining. And she sells pictures of her feet, for sure. If you join her community, you'll definitely get a chance to see pictures of her feet. For sure. Definitely. SQLMap be cheating on Cthulhu Thursday? I mean, if it's like a time-based blind injection, I don't think SQLMap is cheating, okay? I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours and write a script to do a time-based injection. This isn't the OSWE, okay? All right. So now we need to extract some information. We need to request some information here. And this is the part where I always need like a cheat sheet to do this because I always forget the exact syntax. So MySQL injection cheat sheet. And there's a good one that I usually use. Is it this one? It is not this one. Or maybe it's this one. I don't think it is. We first need to get the we can see what database we're in first. We can do database like that. And we see we're in SQLHell 5. SQHell 5 here. So that's the database that we're in. Now we need to find the tables in the database.
A hunter must hunt.
Okay. All right, this is the one I like to use. Okay. We list the we got the databases. We want to list the tables. So we want table schema and table name from information schema.tables. Okay. We probably want to do a concat. So we'll do concat. Table schema, table name, and we'll put like a colon in between there. Space, colon, space. And then the rest is going to be the rest of this. Okay. We're going to get we're trying to list out the columns in the database, or the tables in the database. We get an error. Use use MySQL and table schema is not equal. So it has a problem with my where clause. Table underscore schema. Oh, thank you. I think I sneezed. I think it's Tiberius MySQL brains that you use. What? No, I use this one. I've used this one quite a few times, I think. So what? There might be a URL encoding issue? I URL encoded all of it. Oh, the quotes didn't copy. Oh, it's a quotes issue. Oh, fuck. It's the stupid... Okay, let's zoom in so you can see the fucking cancerous bullshit. I hate it when websites do this, dude. I hate it. Like, it looks better, but see if you can notice what the problem here is. We're going to call it... henceforth, we're calling it the quote issue. Okay? So... You're making a cheat sheet that people are brazenly going to copy and paste from, and you're using Unicode characters. So you have the little upsy-downsy, cutesy quote here, and the other right side up one. This is Unicode, but it's so tiny that you wouldn't notice unless you run into the quote issue before. We call it the quote issue because it's so common. It's the script kiddie protection. Well, I told you not to use that. Don't use that term. That term is bad. That term is bad. It's pointless gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is bad, fellas. Hot take. Hot takes only on this stream. Okay, so I think we fixed it. God damn it. Corresponds to your MySQL server version for the right syntax to use near comma. It's failing at the comment. I don't know why it's failing at my comment. It didn't have a problem with my comment before. We'll just remove the comment? God damn it. Something wrong. Do I have to put a select statement in here? I can't remember. I don't think I do. I don't think there's not a select statement in there. Table schema, table name. We don't have a quote issue. I corrected the quotes. Let's just undo all of it, and I'll recopy and paste it. Okay. So, or is it... No, it's concat. Table schema. Table name. And then the rest is from information schema. Let me just type it all out. From information schema. Yes. Dot tables where we could just do from where information schema dot tables and see if it works. We're definitely going to want to filter it down because there's going to be a lot of shit in there. Okay, it does work. What the fuck? Character sets. Are we having the same issue with the... We're having the character set issue again. Oh, is it group concat? I think you're actually right about that. The very frequently wrong Tiberius is probably right about that. Fuck. I hate it when he's right about stuff! Ah! Shut up! It's Zora. It's not Zora all over again, okay? I was right! I was right then. Information schema. I'm looking for one. Table schema, table name. I think there was one that was called flag. I think it said there was a table called flag. Okay, let me just put in the rest of the injection. Where table schema is not equal to MySQL. Where table schema is not equal to MySQL and table schema is not equal to information schema. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we do see them here. So we see that there is... This is the table schema. This is the table name. So table schema is the database. And I think that the... What did it say over here on the... To store it in the flag table in the flag column. So it's table, flag, and column flag. But this is how you would read that if you weren't sure. What's wrong with Zora encryption? Yeah, I know you're trolling, Mysteries. I know you're trolling. And you can kindly take your Zora encryption and go and fuck yourself with it, okay? How's that? I'm just kidding. I love you. Okay, so the table name is flag, and we can get the columns. We don't really need to get the columns, but we're going to do it anyways. Just to show it off, table schema, table name from information schema.columns. Where column name equals flag. Is it column name? Wait a minute. Table schema. No, we want to list columns. Table schema, table name, column name. Column name. Column name from information schema.columns where table schema is not equals MySQL. Yeah, that's fine. Where column name equals flag. Okay, so we do see flag. There's a column called flag in there, so we can now... all that was completely unnecessary. We know exactly where the flag is located. I'm just demonstrating how you would get the... how you would get the columns if you didn't know. Cthulhu, and then it's going to be flag. KEKW. Zor encoding. Perfect. From flag. I think just from flag will work. And there we go. So we get flag 5 there. With the help of our Zora encoding. We skipped all the other flags, apparently. Unnamed comment with the 19 months. Welcome back, my friend. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Vodka Gun Train, thanks for the follow. Cthulhu fought into you, my friend. Okay. So now we have 3 more flags to get. At this point, I think we should probably just wander around the site and see what we find. We clicked on the posts. First post and second post. So we're looking at the user account now. Let's take a look at the user account. User ID equals 1. So is this injecting into the same database, I wonder? Or is it going to be a different database? Cannot find user. So I bet you this one will be a blind injection. I bet you this one will be blind. But we can send this to repeater. We can do this or can try an or 1 equals 1 in here to see what it gets us. It gives us the admin user. So we're not putting in the admin's user ID. Admin's user ID is 1. And we can put just about anything in here. And it's still gonna return admin. Why is that? Why is that, fellas? Why is it that we always get admin's user account? Yeah, it's the first listing in the database. The web application is only returning the first thing it gets. Yeah, 1 equals 1. We did the 1 equals 1. What this little clause does is it gets SQL to return every line in the database that matches the query. Every line in the database. So in this case, it's probably select star from users where ID equals 1. In this case, and we're adding on an or 1 equals 1. So it's going to return every user account in the database. And the admin is just the first one. So that's the one that the web application is going to display. So hopefully that makes sense. The problem we're going to have is... So if we do like that, union select 1. You can union all select. Cannot find user. So we get an error. Very different errors this time. Cannot find user. We can try another one. And now we get a return. So now we get no error here. Right? So we know there are 3 columns, but we're not going to, I don't think we're going to be able to see output. We can try Cthulhu. But it's fucking Tiberius knows how to make it work. Fucking Zor is not encryption. There we go. Oh, it still does work. I thought it was going to be blind this time. But we do get output. So we do get output here. So we can do let's just do, I guess, down here. Let's put it in the Cthulhu spot on this one. So we can do database to see what database we're in. And we're in SQLHell 4. SQLHell 4. So we're in a different database this time. We can select flag. We know under normal circumstances, we would have to enumerate the tables and the columns. But in this case, we don't have to do that because we know where the flags are located. From flag. And we should be able to get the next flag here. Cannot find user. So there's an error in our SQL syntax somewhere. Do I have to do a group concat maybe? In this injection, we just don't have errors. Let's group concat flag maybe? Nope. Let's try putting it here, I guess. I don't think it's gonna... No. Flag from flag. The first you were supposed to use error message exfiltration, but union works too. This is the union. Wait, I was supposed to use error message exfiltrate. What? Okay, well, I was supposed to use. Okay, whatever. The question is, why is this not working? Because it said that maybe I have to put the database. SQLHell _4. Different types of SQLi and flag 5 was error based, but you can solve it using union 2. Okay, well, again, I'm not. These aren't. I mean, you know this, Tibbs, but I'm just gonna tell it from everyone. But these are not. This is not a practice walkthrough of the box. I'm only using what works. SQLHell 4 dot flag. From. No, it's not going to be. That's not. No. It's flag from SQLHell 4 dot flag. Like that. It still doesn't work. You really gonna make me? Just saying why you have 2 union ones? Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I just expected there to be a blind or a time-based at some point. Okay. I guess we have to go ahead and enumerate the, we have to go ahead and enumerate the tables. Table underscore schema. Table underscore name. From information schema dot tables okay. All right, we get all the information. Where table schema where table schema is not equal MySQL and doesn't equal information schema. So we're going to filter out all of these extraneous metadata tables. Table schema is not equal. Oh my god, I can't type. Not equal MySQL and table schema is not equal to information schema. Okay. But what the fuck? Why did you change? You said it would be in the flag date. Listen, I'm not mad. Okay? I'm not mad. It's these people that are wrong. Okay? They said, it says on the thing, unless displayed on the this doesn't say anything. The flags are stored in the flag table in the flag column. Maticus Maximus! Maticus, I swear to God, I'm going to call OffSec right after the stream, and I'm going to tell him to make your exam harder. I'm going to be like, hey, Falcon Spy, crank it up on this Maticus Maximus guy, okay? Give him the ADCS. Turn on the ADCS. Matt, for those who don't know, Maticus Maximus is taking his OSCP exam tomorrow. Please wish him well. I'm sure he's going to crush it. Well, he was going to crush it. Now he's getting the hard version. There was a hard version that I got, and people like Tiberius all got the easy version. I'm kidding. I didn't even take the AD version. I took the old version before AD was a thing. Before AD was a thing on the OSCP exam. Angel D, I'm trying to get it working, okay? We're going to select from SQLHell for, I guess I got to enumerate the fucking, what is it? Did it tell me on the page? Wait a minute. Did it say on the page that it was going to be in a different database? It doesn't say anything on the page. It doesn't say anything. I'm so mad. Ugh. Okay, all right. We'll do the columns now as well. List columns, table schema, table name, column name. column name. Okay. From information schema.columns. Where table schema equals, we can make this simpler. Where table schema equals SQLHell for users. So we can get the columns where table schema equals SQLHell for users. Oh, table name. Table, not table schema. That's the database. Table name still doesn't work. Oh, because these didn't get URL encoded for some reason. Still doesn't work. Now, he crushed the lab. Like, he's going to be fine. He's just nervous about it. And so, if he's going to tell me to mold, I'm going to tell him. So, we're getting an error. From information schema.columns. Table schema, table name, column name. Where table schema. Let's just take the where clause out and see if it works from there. Okay, it does work without the where clause, so our problem is in the where clause. Maybe I spelled the name wrong or something. List columns. Where table schema does not equal. We'll do the where clause, the same where clause we did before. Where table schema is not equal to MySQL. Oh, you know what? I didn't put it in quotes. That was the issue. I didn't put it in quotes, I don't think. SQLHell for underscore users, was it? Hang on, let's go back. SQLHell underscore for users. This. Oh my god, I broke it. No. Schema.columns. Where table schema equals. And then that. There it goes. Okay, so we don't get anything. We don't get anything. Are there no columns in SQLHell for users? Does KDE perform like XFCE? Everyone's so worried about performance. Oh, table name. I'm an idiot. Thank you. I did it again. I fixed that before. Thank you. But we still don't get anything. Where table name equals SQLHell for underscore users. Okay, fine. You're going to twist my arm about it. Where table schema not equal to MySQL and table schema not equal information schema. So we'll get all columns that aren't in those stupid metadata tables. Not stupid, they're very useful. Yeah, see, I don't understand. Okay, whatever. ID, we have an ID and a password. So there's a password wait. Okay, there's an ID column. There is... Wait. I'm having trouble reading this. There's a password column. Let's just get the password column. Let's just do... Group concat password.
Listen.
What? ID, username, and password? Oh, I think there's an ID column. I'm just having trouble reading because I didn't put a colon in between the... Oh, you know what? That's the issue the whole time. That's been the issue the whole time. I'm just an idiot. No, I see what I did now. And I realized this, I didn't process it. I put a colon in between before. I put a colon in here before. And I didn't this time because I'm dumb. And that's, and I knew that was there. It just didn't cross my mind that it was SQLHell 4 was the table schema. This is the table name. I'm just an idiot. Okay, cool. I feel better. The universe makes sense again. So there's an ID, username, and password. So we can do... I just want... username, password, from users. Cat username, password, from users. What did I mess up this time? It's ID, username, password. It's my first day back. Fuck you, redacted. Specify the database. I mean, yeah, I guess we could try that. SQLHell 4. Oh, it's SQHell. Extra quote at the end? Oh, there is an extra quote at the end. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep, my bad. There we go. We have admin and password. None of these are flags! Where is the flag? Okay, do I have to enumerate databases as well? You have a login page? Okay, if I just have to log in as admin, we already did that. We already logged in as admin. Admin password. It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work because it's using a different database. Where is the flag? Like, it said it was in the flag table. SQLHell 4 users. Those are the only... Table schema was not equal MySQL. So this is these are all the only table is SQLHell 4 users. I thought there would be a flag in the SQLHell 4 database. If you get creds, you need to use them somewhere. Oh, I agree. I've taught you well. It's just that I had assumed that there was going to be a username. There was something in there. Maybe I need to enumerate the databases. Maybe there's a different database? Select schema name from information schema.schemata. Name from information schema.schemata. Information schema and SQLHell 4. So there's no other databases other than information schema and SQLHell 4. This is the really difficult one. Oh, fuck. Look up nested SQLi. You mean like second order SQL injection? It's a query within a query. So isn't that second order SQL injection? So there's just a union, so it's a select statement inside of another statement. Okay, so how do I don't know how to fucking, that's rare. I've never seen that in the wild for sure. I'm not saying they don't exist, they certainly do, but I'm not sure how to deal with those. Comes second as a result of the first query. So perform this attack on the second query. We take the second injection and use it inside the first one. So we're putting another query inside. Oh my god, this is going to be a mess. What just happened? Go back. Inject second query here. So I need to put a whole nother query in here? Oh man, I feel like I'm not going to get this one. At least not before I have to get off. But I'm going to try. We'll get it to work. Maybe we'll get something anyways. So we put it in double quotes? What? You have to read the return value of the select statement be an injection into another query? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. One of the return column values being inserted into another query. I think that's a second order injection. I mean, a second order injection, I guess, would be at a later time it gets used in another query. But in principle, it's the same. How do I determine which column it is my first question. Let's see if we get different values for version. Version. Let's just do version 3 times. And see if we get different values. We probably won't, but it's worth a shot anyways. These are the same. Yeah, all of these are the same. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't need Tiberius's walkthrough. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm thinking. So if I do... Okay, that returns just a quote. Okay. Let's try it in this one. I'm trying to figure out which one has a second order injection. We don't get anything. So maybe it's in the third one, but I don't think the third one is displayed on the page. Maybe I need to not escape it. Let's try this, I guess. I'm trying to generate an error in the other injection, but it looks like none of my attempts are working. Well, I'm not sure which one of these. So what's happening is that there are 2 SQL queries going on. There are 2 SQL queries on this page. Let's go back to the user ID page. There are 2 SQL injections happening here. One of the returned values from the first injection is being used in another SQL query, and apparently it's being called Tiberius is calling it a nested query. I would maybe call it a second order SQL injection. I'm sure there's a nuanced difference between the two, but it seems very similar to... I've done a second order injection before. There was an attack... There's a hack the box machine that is a second order injection. The question is... can I use double quotes? Yes. Okay, so double quotes... And then I can try, like, union select 1. I don't know. I'm just trying some stuff here. I don't know which one has the injection. Now, that just returns the string. So I don't think it's... That doesn't look like it's injecting. So... we can just put Cthulhu in this one, I guess. And then we come over here. Let's try it in the second one. And we can try union select 1. So we're trying to get the second query to return an error, but not the first query. I think. And we still get just a union select 1. Would SQLMap find this sort of injection? I don't think so, no. You know what? Maybe we need to put an actual value for the... Fuck. Why do I do this? God damn it. Let's do it. Test 2. Test 3. And let's do union, or it needs to be, we'll do like, let's put a number here. Union select 1. I forgot to put the number at the beginning of it. Yeah, so if it's just printing it, have a good night, Adonis. Test 1. Let's try over here. Let's try it here. Oh, we're going to have a comment in there, aren't we? We are going to have a comment. Now, we still don't get anything. And this last one I don't think is being displayed on the page, so I don't think that's useful to us. Unless it's some kind of blind injection. Make it 1 plus union select plus 1. That's what this is. Well, I mean, it shouldn't matter, but we can try it. No. It's the same thing. It's just printing it to the page. It should, like... It should cause an error or should cause nothing to be printed in one of these, but we tried them both, and it doesn't work for either of them. And I think test 3 is not on the page. Unless it's a blind injection. Unless it's second order and blind. Is that the case? Is it second order and blind? Has anyone done this? It's not second order and blind. So test 3 is not appearing on the page. If the injection was in this field, it would be blind. Maybe...
A hunter must hunt.
Wait, what's this L has read?
I guess we'll just try a few of these. I would think that this would not be printed on the page. I am confused by the fact that it is printed on the page. Yeah, so if I could just keep doing this until the cows come home, and I'm doing something wrong. It's got to, the injection has to be in one of these two, but I'm not sure which it is. Try your second query in the first column. Yeah, we can try that. Union all select, and it needs to be this. Oh no. Like this. How many flags have we gotten? 1? Actually, no, we got 2. We got 2. No, we still get the union all select. It's still getting printed here, which we don't want. Like, the question is, we still don't know. We're doing a second order SQL injection. This is complex. Take the 5 out? Why would that matter? Again, I feel like it would produce an error and it would not be shown. Yeah, we don't get anything. There's got to be something I'm missing here. Union, I mean, we could put the all here, but I don't think it's going to matter. You said take the 5 out. It's just getting printed on the screen. Look at the posts. I do see a 2 here. So, Oh, it's in the posts. It's doing an inject. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so the second query is here to get the posts of the first one. Okay, I should have been able to tell that. So if this is correct, the problem is I'm only looking at the HTML and I only glanced at this. I'm only looking at this, and it's not as clear from just looking at the HTML, I suppose. So we don't get anything there, but we do when we do this. If we get a 2. So that actually is an injection. So there's our second order injection right there. Is it still going to give me some fucking shit about the... Oh, shit. No, whoops. It's in the 2 spot. Is it going to give me some complaint about encoding again? Yes. Apparently it is. So we'll do version. There you go. So there's the version string of the other database that is being queried by the second query. So does that make sense? Does everyone understand what is happening here? This is going to really quickly make your head spin. So what happens is the first query is executed to get like the username of the admin user, right? And then a second query is being done on the back end by the web application using the results of the first query, as in probably this username, I think, is what's being used. Are we injecting into the username? No, we're injecting into the ID. So the ID is being taken and used in another SQL query. It's being used in another one to pull the posts. Can you just inject the flag there? Yeah, we can do... Yeah, we could just do what we did. It's just a nested query, so we can just do flag from flag. And it just has to be in our nested query. That's very rare. You don't see this very often in real life. They do exist, but I've never seen one in real life. I did a second-order SQL injection on some hack-the-box machine in the distant past. But there's finally our flag. Holy shit. God damn. What the fuck? I would not have guessed a second-order SQL injection there. Thank God Tibbs was in here to tell me it was a second-order SQL injection. Okay. So we have 2 more flags here left to go. Yeah, that was a little bit of a tricksy hobbitses right there. That was a little bit of a tricksy hobbitses, I would say. The rest are easy? Okay, well, let's take a look at... Let's just browse the web application and see what's happening. So this is what I like to do. Let's just turn intercept on. Let's just browse the application and look at the requests to find other injection points. We need to find other injection points. We can go to the register page. We haven't looked at that much yet. Admin. Ah! Look here. So we have some JavaScript happening. We have some JavaScript happening on the back end. I did notice this before. Like if you type admin, it'll tell you if the username's available or not. This requires a SQL query on the back end to be able to tell if the username exists. So there is some JavaScript on this page that is running a SQL query on the back end. So this is another injection point. So let's send this to repeater. Available true. Admin. Available false. And we can try injecting in here. Is this one blind now? Available false. So it is returning. So this is the blind one, I think. This one is going to have to be blind, right? This one is going to have to be blind. So what's happening here is that if what the web application is probably doing is if any rows, it's doing a simple select query for the username that you put in there. Okay, for the username that you put in here, like admin, for instance. It's doing a simple select query for admin. And if any rows are returned, the web application is saying, hey, yes, that username is already taken. If rows are not returned, it's going to return false. So the output of the query is not being displayed to us, which makes it a blind query. You can still get information from the database the same as a regular injection. It just takes longer and a lot more requests because you have to kind of infer the answers to your questions to the database from the true and false values that we get here. Okay? So how would you do that? Well, you would do a union injection like we did, and you'd be like, hey, database. Before we were asking, hey, database, get me the contents of the flag column in the flag table, right? And then the database would go, yep, sure, you got it, boss, and would return the contents of that column. In this one, it will still return the contents of the column, but the web application isn't going to display it to us. Instead, we need to ask it something like, hey, database, I want you to get the value of is the contents of the flag column in the flag table, does the first letters start with F? Because we know all the flags start, the flags start with T, with capital T, right? And if so, the database will return some value, probably false. Probably false. To indicate that it returned something. And if that's the case, we can be like, okay, the first letter is T. And then, yeah, you basically ask it a series of yes or no questions. You basically have to ask, hey, is the first letter A? And the database will go, no. Is the first letter B? The database will go, no. It takes a long-ass fucking time. You would have to script it. But I can maybe demonstrate it here. I can at least demonstrate what it would look like. I don't think I'll write the whole script because we're coming on 3 hours already. But I can at least demonstrate what the yes-no queries would look like. Let's see if 1 equals 1 and 1 equals 2 returns different results. Well, you just have to be able to differentiate between a yes and a no from the database, and you can do this. There's also another version. This is a Boolean-based blind. There's also a time-based blind, which is even more painful. It's basically the same thing as the Boolean-based blind, except you get no output from the database at all, and so you have to have the database sleep every time. Okay, let's find a Boolean-based blind. Okay, here we go. Okay, substring. Okay, something like this is what we're looking for. Let's see if we can get it. Let me see if I can illustrate what we're talking about. And we're going to add on and Okay, and let me actually un-URL encode that. Okay, so and the first character of the so we're gonna take the first character. Wait, it's the first character in the first word? Is it the first word and the first character? How does substring work? God damn it. How does the substring function work? Oh, it's position and length. Okay, it's position. So we want the first character. We want to take a substring of this string. And let me put in Cthulhu here. Okay? We're going to get a substring of Cthulhu, of the string Cthulhu, that starts from the first character and goes for one character. So the first character is a lowercase c. So let's try putting in, I don't know, capital X. That's fine. Yeah, like it was before. Let's control U, and let's see what it returns here. And we see available true. But if we change this to a C, it still says true. Fuck. Cut the tape. What did I do wrong? Oh, I think I didn't close my... Select substring. Oh, a comment at the end. You're absolutely right. I forgot the comment. Focused so much on the actual payload. It still says true. Fuck. So it should say false. It should say false. Shouldn't it? Oh, yeah, I am injecting into a string this time. You're absolutely right. Yep. Yeah, false. Okay, good. False. That's what we want. And if we change this to an X, I bet you we'll get you a different outcome. We do. Okay. Do we see that? Okay. Okay. So we're asking. We are asking. So if any rows are returned by the database, remember, the web application assumes that returns true. If the database returns any rows from the query, true is returned. So we have to do an AND statement. Okay. We're basically asking the database, hey, is the first character of the string Cthulhu a capital X? Does that make sense? And it's a little bit confusing because the database says true. But what this means is the database is essentially saying that, hey, this is actually false. So this whole query is false. So no rows are returned. So I'm going to say that the username is available. Does that make sense? But if we give it the right answer, if we say, hey, database, is the first character of this string a lowercase c? Now it returns false because this is true now. And therefore this whole statement is true and rows would be returned by the database and the web application says, hey, that username is taken. Does that make sense? I know it's confusing. We've never seen a SQL inject. We've never done a blind injection, I don't think, on stream directly. We've done it with SQLMap. The easiest way to do this would be with SQLMap. Does this make sense? But we're essentially, you need to script this out. Now we can see if we can get the flag. Let's URL encode this so I can read it. Okay. Select substring flag from flag. So we're gonna do the same thing, but with the contents of with the flag, with the value of the flag, right? And we're gonna ask it if it's a lowercase c just to start. We're gonna ask it if the first character is a lowercase c. And we get a true. What does that mean? We get true from the database. What does that mean? I hope it could mean that I got my syntax wrong. It means it is not C, or I got my syntax wrong. It means no, the first character is not lowercase c. We can see that the flags start with T, right? Capital T. So let's try capital T. What should the answer from the database be? And it says false. Does that make sense? Because the first character is T. Does that make sense? Good? Fuck it. We're scripting it. We're doing it. We're going in, fellas. We're going in. Who wants to see a script? Do you want to... Okay, maybe you guys are tired of this. Do you want to see SQLMap? Or do you want to see me write a script? Yeah, you have to brute force it. You have to brute force it. Okay, everyone's saying... Most people are saying script. Okay, I'll tell ChatGPT to use it. No, I'm not doing ChatGPT.
What are you doing,
Do I have
Step
Sublime
Bro?
text? And we'll do Kate. Kate, what are you doing, Step Bro? I am teaching you, M. Nelly. We'll do it. I mean, SQLMap will do it immediately. Like SQLMap will be done immediately. SQLMap will just be done immediately. This script shouldn't be that long. I think we can do it. Kate, blind SQLi, .py. Let's do a Python script. Let's see if we can get it to work, okay? So, the characters in the flag are all the hexadecimal characters, plus a colon, braces. Okay. Script it while SQLMap is running. SQLMap, it'll take like 10 seconds. Import requests. SQLMap would destroy this. It's one of its... Okay, we'll do char set equals... And now we need to put in like a series of characters. So... I know there's a list. Python get list of characters. I think of all characters. I know there's a way to get a string that consists of just all characters. Oh, ASCII. Here we go. Import string. Perfect. That's what I want. Import string. Char set equals ASCII. Lowercase. No, it needs to be ASCII uppercase, doesn't it? ASCII dot uppercase, I think. Oh, string dot ASCII underscore uppercase. String.ASCII uppercase. Let's open up another pane here. Python 3. Okay, import string. String.ASCII uppercase. Okay, and then we can plus... and a colon. There's colons in there. It's ASCII uppercase. I'm trying to reduce the character set because it won't take as long. Okay, perfect. That's what we want. So we'll go back to Kate. Plus In the real world, you would not know. You probably wouldn't know the characters, so you'd have to like use ASCII uppercase, ASCII lowercase. I'm just trying to make it quicker. Need numbers too? Oh, we do need numbers. Plus, that one's easy. We can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Perfect. Solar wins 1, 2, 3. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to iterate through each of these in the string. Like, we can just try out. This is one thing I like to do in Python as I work. Just see what the value is. So there you go. This is our character set. I think this should cover all the possible characters that can be in the flag. I think. It more than covers it, actually. Because the only uppercase characters are going to be FLAG, THM, and all the hexadecimal ones. So that should cover it. That more than covers it. Okay. Okay. Test gate equals false while not test gate. Okay, so we're gonna enter a while loop. We're gonna set a new Boolean variable. Yeah, it needs to be uppercase. I was like, I couldn't remember if Python wants it in uppercase or lowercase. Okay, so while...
Listen!
What? Oh, can there be carrots? There can't be any carrots. Where are the carrots? There are no carrots here. No underscores. I don't see any underscores. Again, we're getting the contents of the flag. We're getting the contents of the flag. Are people not paying attention? Where is the underscore in here? Like, obviously, you'd want to include underscores. If you were just trying to extract passwords or something, that you would obviously want underscores. Obviously. But I'm trying to make it quicker. It's going to have to brute force. It's going to send a lot of requests. Okay, while not test gate. So while this variable, this Boolean variable is false, we're going to be like r equals requests dot send and we're going to send a URL. Where's burp? We'll do 1010, 182, 139. We don't have any cookies to worry about, which makes it easier. We're going to send a request to... I guess we got a URL in code, don't we? God damn it. It's probably be easier if we just use some fucking variables here. So we'll do URL equals, I'll put it up above test gate. URL equals, and that's http://1010.182.139. This needs to be a string. Okay. And then the URI is equal to this whole business. Okay, select substring, flag equals... How do I want to do this? I guess we want to do the URI down in the thing down here. And we can do a format string. And we can do for item in char set. Okay. We'll do a format string. And we'll just do item. Okay. So it's going to insert the string there.
A hunter must hunt.
This has to be...
Praise Cthulhu, my captain
like
is back. Hope your
And
holidays
then this has to be,
went
we
well,
have to
my
do
friend.
URL encode. We have to do URL encode. Maybe we don't have to URL encode. Hang on a second. It'd be easier if we don't. False. We do not have to URL encode. That makes it easier. Okay, no URL encoding. Go fuck yourself, URL encoding. Okay, request.send. Plus URI. If false in response.text, so if the word false in r.text flag we can start with a flag equals an empty string. Flag plus equal to item. And then other than that, it's just going to continue. Don't you need to increment the position? Oh, yeah, I do. I do. You're absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. I do absolutely need to do that. So the question is, how many characters are in the flag? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Fuck it. I'm doing this the hard way. I'm doing this the hard way when I should be doing it the easy way. Yeah, we can say it's going to end with a close braces, but I think it's you could do it. You could certainly do it that way. WC-C, 43 characters. So it's going to be 43 characters in length. It's probably actually easier. Yeah, I think it's probably easier if we just say if item equals close braces, because we know it ends in a close braces, break. Okay. And we can also start with a position equals 1. Okay. Now, is it go position and then length? I think I need to look that up really quickly. SQL substring. I think it's position and then length, if I remember right. We're not gonna start with like the 7th character, even though the first 7 characters, the first 8 characters we actually know, or at least the first 7 characters we actually know. But we're not gonna start there because we need to make sure it's working. If the first characters that come out are a capital THM, then we know it's working. Start at position 5 and extract 1. Okay, so position first and then length. So this needs to be... The length is always just going to be 1. So the position is going to be position. Import sys. Is it sys.right? Is it sys.out? Hang on. Python sys.out? std out? sys.stdout.right. I'll explain why we need to do it that way shortly. Sys.stdout.write item. Okay, so it's going to print out if the character is found, it's going to print it out to the screen. And I'm not going to use print because print will add a new line to the end and we don't want that. So, and if the item is then is that? Okay, let's try this. It'll probably fail, but we can figure out what errors we have from there. Python 3 blind SQLi.py. Wait, is it not? Request that's why am I doing get? It's request.get. What the fuck am I doing? I think it. Okay, let's see how that goes. Okay, it seems like it's running. It's testing. I don't know how long it's... It looks like it's not working. So something is probably broken with my request. So let's go into Python. Import requests. Requests.get. Paste. And we'll do the position 1 equals, and we'll do T. We got to put this in quotes. Okay, we get a 200. R equals request.get, r.text. And we get false. We get false. That's working. What the F, David Blaine? Yeah, that's working. That's working as expected right there. Maybe maybe my quotes are fucked up. Well, there's an easy way to debug it. There's an easy way to debug it, and that's that we can do proxies equal proxies. And we can come up here and we can give it a proxy. Proxies equals HTTP localhost 8081, which is where burp is listening. Okay, so burp will capture our requests, and we can see what's happening. Oh God, what is happening? No. Stop. God damn it, I hate that. Clear history. Okay, so now let's try it. Connection. I probably messed it up. What's the proxy syntax? Does anybody know what the... Did I get the proxy syntax wrong? I didn't turn the proxy off. I turned the proxy off in the browser. I could use scope. Yeah, I just didn't bother with this in this case. Python requests proxy example. Fix the code. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I think that's right. Maybe it doesn't want local host? Okay, well that one's not failing out. There it goes. See? Yeah, see, look. It's testing all of them. Do you see how it's testing all of the numbers? It's doing URL encoding, even though I told it not to. All in position 1. So my loop is probably fucked up then. Yeah, it looks like my loop is fucked up. So let's go take a look at it. My loop is fucked up. Okay, for item and char set. So it should just... Didn't iterate... Oh, I didn't iterate position. You're absolutely right. Thank you. That's the problem. So position plus equal 1. I did not iterate position. That would be my issue. But one problem is... It did T, and it gets false. But it did not print to screen. It did not print to the screen, so maybe I messed up my sys. Import sys. Test. Test 4. Why does it say test 4? Oh, because that's the number of characters. Printf item. Okay, let's try that instead. I'm trying to be fancy with it. Printf item. I want to say that even the print statement does that. I want to say just the regular print function does that. I want to say that it works. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just print. You can just do print with an and have no ending character. All right, let's try it that way. How does that look? Did I forget anything else? No, that's fine, Mysteries. I think printf might have still worked. So let's try it again. All right, we're getting requests. I thought I changed it. Oh, it looks like I did not change it. Whoops. Well, we know it hit that code block. It wouldn't have errored out if it didn't hit it. Now, obviously, you could make this go faster if you threaded it, which SQLMap would do. This is why SQLMap would do it so quickly, because it would thread it. We are not threading it, so it will take a minute. But while it's running, we can run SQLMap. Why is it not... I feel like it would have run it by now. Why is it not printing anything? Oh, it's getting true on all of them. Why is it getting true on all of them? It's broken still. God damn it. It didn't even print one time. What the F? So it's... Why is it not printing? But it's getting true every time. It's getting true every time. Yeah, the 177th length one is going to be false. Or no, true is the... I forgot. True is the intended. Okay, so what is that? What was that request? So this says that the fifth character is F. And that is correct. The fifth character is F. It's just not printing to the screen. Why is it not printing? Why is it not printing to the screen? It doesn't need to be position 1. It doesn't... The position equals 1 is always going to be hit. No, the r.text it is working. It's hitting this. Just print normally. I just don't understand what the fuck. Fine. We'll print flag. Let's try it this way. Okay. There it goes. So now it's printing. I don't know why it's not it wasn't printing before. There it goes. Do you see it? TTH. THM. Does everybody see it working? Again, this is a piece of garbage. Obviously, you'd want to if you wanted to optimize this, you'd want to thread it. But does everybody understand how this is working now? Does everybody, like, I don't want you should use SQLMap. Like, I wouldn't doubt everybody use SQLMap for this. Obviously, you should have SQLmapped. How do you thread? Actually, I probably wouldn't thread it. I'd probably just make it asynchronous, which is not the same thing. But basically, you would run multiple requests at once. So, if you're worried about having to do this on the OSCP, nothing like this would be on the OSCP. If you had to do a SQL injection on the OSCP, it would not be blind or time-based. Because that would require you to script, because SQLMap is banned. But obviously, in real life, I would try to use SQLMap. In some cases, SQLMap won't work for various reasons, like with that injection that we saw before with the nested injection. SQLMap would not have worked for that. I don't think, unless it's even more powerful than I thought. And I don't. You should use SQLMap, but you shouldn't be reliant on SQLMap. You should understand. Does writing this out? Does this make you understand? We're iterating through the positions. And we're iterating through the characters. And we're testing to see. We're just asking a whole bunch of questions. Oh, shit. There's a character I messed up. I messed it up. It's still messed up. I'm missing a character. Oh, no. The colon is in there. It should be flag 2 or flag 3. Why did I get flag A? Second conditional should be under first. No, I don't think that's the case. Because we're iterating through the positions. And then we're iterating through... for every position, we're iterating through all of these characters. It's trying to... The next character should be a number. He stopped on... No, I stopped on the close braces. No, you don't have to break the first if. You do not have to break the first if. The break condition is wrong? No, it's breaking on close braces. It hasn't hit close braces yet. I don't think there needs to be a break here. We don't want there to be a break here. Why are we fixating on the closed braces? You append string into a list of characters? Python is treating this like a string. And it's iterating through all the characters in it. Yeah? It looks fine to me. Second conditional should be under first. No, that is not the case. No. We're iterating through all of the positions, and we're checking every character for each position. The conditionals are correct. Oh, you mean the conditionals here? I thought you meant the loop, the nested loops. No, this is not... No. We definitely want this one second. We definitely want this one second. 2 loops and 1 break. We don't need a second break. I mean, yeah, I think you're right. We do actually need a second break. No, that is wrong. But that's still not the reason. We do actually need a second break. Can we just break out of all loops? Do it that way, I guess. That's fine. We'll do it that way. I don't think that's going to fix it. I'm not going to print the flag and exit because I want to see it operating. You want to know that it's working. Oh yeah, I did. I put test gate equals true, and then didn't actually use it. Yeah, I could have done it. Yeah, I should have done it the other way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Test gate doesn't need to be in here. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's sloppy. I know it's sloppy. I don't care. Try coding on stream sometime, and you'll understand. All right, while we're waiting on here, we can do SQLMap and see how quickly SQLMap resolves this for us. We'll let our script run, and we'll just see how fast SQLMap just takes care of this. 10, 10, 82, 139. Okay. And it immediately determines it to be Boolean blind-based injectable. I should have done batch. So it should be either 2 or 3 next. Flag 3. Okay, I don't know why we got A before. That was really weird. But now it's looking normal. Meanwhile, SQLMap over here. No. What are you talking about? Appears to be union injectable with 3 columns. Sure, I should have just done batch. Like, it's telling me it's injectable, and then it's trying to do more shit. Okay, hang on. Let me just specify a parameter. I think it's testing a different parameter, maybe. Attack P username. Hang on. One more thing. Tac batch. That means it'll stop asking me questions. There it goes. So it is working. Does everyone see it working? Yeah, we can give it more threads, but we're already pounding it with this anyways. Very pretty output. I tried to get it to print. It wouldn't print. I don't know why. It wouldn't print the way that I wanted to. Why on earth would it return an A instead of a 3? That can happen sometimes in time-based injection, but not in this. That was very weird. It is working, though. You can see it working. There we go. So it's determined that it's always going to be time-based blind. But it's Boolean-based blind injectable. And we can do tac batch, tac DBS. We can get the databases, and it's gonna. SQLMap is doing the same thing. It's doing the same thing as we did, right? It's just gonna do it. It's gonna do it faster, because it's threaded, or maybe it's asynchronous. I'm not sure. But do you see how it's retrieving the contents of the databases one character at a time? We can do that same thing with, we can do from the table, flag. Okay. I think the database is going to be SQHell 3. What are we doing? Like, what are you doing? Stop. I don't know why it's just terminating. Do I have to do dump? I don't think. Okay, I guess I can try it. Okay. Never mind. It is working. There it goes. So again, SQLMap, it does have to be tac dump, I guess. I thought it would retrieve a single value. Usually with dump, I'm asking for multiple values. I thought I didn't have to put dump if it was only a single value. But you see how this is doing the same exact thing. Do you see how it's doing the same exact thing? It's going to finish before ours, but hopefully, does it make more sense that I scripted it out? Honestly, I'm glad we did it the other way first. I told you the SQLMap would solve it like really, really quickly. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand? But rather than SQLMap just doing some fucking magic, we can do it with I mean, this is still cool. It's still magic. You can now you just understand how the magic happens. To be clear, time-based blind is the same thing as this. It's just time-based blind happens when you don't have any output at all. Like, you don't have anything to tell the difference between a yes and a no from the database. So instead, if the answer is a yes, you have it sleep. Okay? So if the first character in the flag is capital T, the database sleeps for 5 seconds. And then we know that if the database takes a couple of seconds for it to return to us, we know that the first character is a T. Does that make sense? That's the same principle. It's just we have to tell the difference between yes and no a little bit differently. Okay. Let's check on our baby over here. It's still plugging away. God bless it. It's got like 7 more characters to go, I think. There we go. Does it make sense though? Does it make sense, fellas? Is there a way to disable the sleep command? No, it's a built-in I mean, I don't think so. I don't think there is. Maybe you could overload it. I don't know. Okay, John Doe Norris with the 21 months. Welcome back. 10 months from Tistoni and 27 for Susvaris. Welcome back to the All Has Red team, my friends. Good to have you in here for 2023. Blue Pesto, thanks for the follow as well. All right. We have one more flag to get. We'll knock that one out as a warm-up on Sunday. And then we'll do maybe some Hack the Box on Sunday. How's that? Yeah. Any last questions before I'm going to look for someone to raid here? Let's see. Oh, Taggart's streaming. Let's raid Taggart. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Joker. All right, we're going to be raiding Taggart, so bring him glad tidings of Dread Cthulhu for me. We'll be back on Sunday doing what I said before. Probably finishing up this box and then moving on to a different one. Yeah, go to bed tonight knowing a little bit more than you did yesterday. See you guys again when the stars are right. Have a good night, day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Stay safe. Love you all. Where is the end button? There it is.